Going ahead with the next session on cultural shift, harnessing the power of Gen Z to drive organizational transformation by Ms. Sukanya Patwardhan, VP Learning and Organizational Development at Jade Global. Can we have a big round of applause for Ms. Sukanya? Sukanya is a distinguished human resource and learning and development leader with over 30 years of experience in global corporations, including SKF Bearings, Cummins Limited, IBM, and the Tata Group. Known for her innovative approach and strategic execution, she has successfully collaborated with senior leadership teams across cultures. A gold medalist in human resource management from Tata Institute of Social Science, Mumbai. She also holds a Master in Sustainability Leadership from Cambridge University, UK, where her thesis on Indian women empowerment received distinction and commendation at the highest level. Sukanya is an internationally recognized executive coach who has led several leadership development initiatives. She has received numerous accolades, including the Top Coach Award, the Remarkable Working Women's Award, and the Global Leader Award in Diversity and Inclusion. She has been awarded fellowships from the Department of Science and Technology, India, the Government of Japan, and Rotary International. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, while my introduction was a bit whatever, but I'm here to talk about Gen Z, and I am their student. So can I have my presentation, please? I belong to an organization, Jade Global, which is Silicon Valley company, and our maximum population is Gen Z, and therefore they have been my teachers. So let's look at, can I have this? Okay. The scope of our discussion today. So what we are going to do is what has changed, what is Generation Z, also comparison of traditionalist Generation X, that's me and many of us, and Generation Z. Also the concept of life, work and learning, is it changing at all? How does it impact the business, the way the businesses are run, and Gen Z specialities and implications for the workplace. All right. So in 1999, economists boldly wrote this, and people said, not a big deal, okay? It's some, futuristic imagination. But today, it is so true for so many years. Mainly, there is a paradigm shift in business, and my previous two speakers spoke about it. Competencies are global, competition is global, and outsourcing is global. You just have to give one click, and if you want to do your PowerPoint, you will get hundreds of people who are doing it for you just within 2-3 minutes, and now with AI, you don't even need it. But you will have AI experts who will really hone your presentations or anything what you want. So what has really changed in the current world, the modern world? One is millions of businesses, billion people, and they are continuously connected through trillions of devices. The major change is people are available to each other 24/7 all the time. What does it mean to us? What connectedness mean to us? So I'm just going to read it as you look at it. You are driving your Ford car when your IntuWave satellite system alerts you of traffic jam ahead. Your S-Watch biosensor registers that you have not eaten, and Lucy, your personalized lip-sync virtual agent, interrupts the IBM network servers that are running your MP3 digital radio to suggest you pick up the usual for lunch while simultaneously avoiding the traffic jam. Upon your verbal agreement, Lucy invokes the BT Cellnet's Find Me service to find the closest McDonald's, and she places your usual order. Lucy guides you to the Golden Arches, and you whiz through picking up your food and paying with a wave of your Speed Pass key fob. As you leave, the Whirlpool fridge freezer issues a wireless transaction to Simplot to deliver more French fries as you ordered, just took its inventory of fries below recommended levels. As you chomp your fries, Lucy is alerted by your Sensatex health monitoring clothes that you are a minute away from the stroke. Lucy alerts the nearest hospital and calls into Medtronic to request that they inject a few milliliters of nitroglycerin from the plastic GE implant near your heart to ensure that you will make it to the hospital before you have a stroke. Meanwhile, the emergency room doctor receives an alert along with your medical information on his symbol device. This is the real connectedness which is happening even in India, even in our lives. We hear those heartening stories, how Alexa caught the thieves and how Alexa discovered the murderers and things like that. Having said that, these 5 generations are even today existing. So who are those? First is the traditionalist, the second is baby boomers, then the generation X, generation Y, and now generation Z. This approximate chronology has been done for us to really understand what all this is. So generation Y was the first one to be surrounded by digital media and embrace technology in their lives. So they are called by many names: netizens, MyPod generation, millennials, boomlets, and so many other things. So this generation had the advantage of the digital world, and then later on the generation Z is the subgroup of generation Y. This is where the main change started happening with generation Y. So what are those attributes? And I am not going to read through this, but you can see the distinct changes which have happened in all the attributes. Families over the years have changed. Now we are specifically looking at generation Z. So family, I am not sure what family really means to me. Marriage, not for me, not necessary. I am in benchship, I am in situationship, I am not in relationship, I don't care. That's what they think of family. Clothes, funky, less the more. Music, AI enabled, I choose, I play, I sing, I have my tribe. Then purchase, not just online, the quickest online purchase. High tech, AI. Money, new currencies. Okay, I don't know what a note looks like, what a real paper currency looks like. So these generations also have different way of looking at workplaces. So if you look at it, training, and there would be people who are parents who were traditionalists, the hard way they learned. Then my generation required to keep me in the workplace, I had to learn, and now continuous and expected, I keep learning, the generation Y and Z. Learning style today is collaborative, network, we learn from each other, not dependent on the teachers, not dependent necessarily on the experts. Third, communication style, again collaborative. Problem solving, collaborative. Decision making, team decided. The command and control, we don't agree to that. Leadership style, partner, treat me as a partner. Feedback, on demand, right now, real time. Technology use, like air to breathe, and job changing, part of my daily routine. I mean, that's what. So don't talk about that loyalty and all those things. I can't understand how you worked with organizations for 30 years and all that. All right. So brought up by the human parents and social media. What I mean is the smartphones and all those devices. They are equally their parents. So what does it mean to them? What does it really impact on this generation Z? And you can read all of these things, and you'll see quickly bored, think in hyperlinks, hyperlinks, low attention span, and most of the times we as parents find it very interesting that our generation to aisi nahi thi. But probably Newton's father also said the same thing about him. Watching the apple and thinking about the thesis, maybe his father said, this is not what I did. So they need instant information. The expectation is now, not even 5 minutes later. They are acutely aware of the stakes involved, which are very, very high for them. Absorb information from multiple sources at the speed of light. Me, mine, myself. But what does it really mean? What are they really seeking? They're seeking strong independence. It's talking about emotional, intellectual openness, also the exciting, challenging, thrilling experiences, which may be virtual, which may not be necessarily in person, they could also be. Free expression and strong views, innovation, investigations and immediacy. Also collaboration, teamwork, and work as a means of self-actualization. We need to appreciate that this generation isn't creating or reshaping the establishment, they are growing without one. They are not the establishment-minded people at all. Best time to learn computers. Not even after born, even before born. This is how they learn, and that's why I call that this is a generation which is brought up by smartphones, social media, all the internet related devices. So their upbringing is very different. But there are two angles to this. One is what we see: lazy, entitled, narcissist, and shallow. It's only about me, me, me. But on the other hand, these are also the people who are open-minded, strong sense of community via the digital networks and committed to saving the world. And I'm giving these two examples of Greta and Malayla. What do employers think? They think that how do I get people on demand who are collaborative, who are ensuring the client well-being, who are entrepreneurial, who are self-motivated, intelligent, creative, integrative, and helpful. And my previous two speakers have already thrown a lot of light on that. But what do these people think? They think, how do I get myself to be seen as a valuable partner, a decision maker, collaborator, innovator, and a change agent? Maybe I can run this business even better. I have had circumstances where the Generation Z actually asking the CEOs, by the way, what is your job? What do you do actually do? And the CEO says, your question really makes me ponder, what do I do? But this boldness comes from that curiosity quotient. I too can do it. And now we see the Shark Tanks and all those kinds of things where the younger generation is making waves. What do they think? The innovation is about creating value. So they want these kind of workplaces. And a picture says it all. Do you know how to sell? How to sell to me? Do you know what will be the attractor factor for me if you want me to join your organization? If you want me to stay there, what is that you can do? And this is what they are looking at. Let me work with friends, let me have fun. And fun doesn't necessarily mean that I want to go to the pubs or I just want to dance. It also means I want to lead a social moment. I want to make a difference. I want to change this world. I want to make it a better place. I want the business to be ethical. I want it to be a business which makes a difference to the world. This is also the other side of this beautiful young generation. Who is coming to work? And we forget many a times there are a lot of literature which is talking about gender, technology, demographics, legislation, economic systems, official languages, history, business ethics, political system, generations. But in addition to all of this, the social media comes to work, right? And therefore, all the organizations have social media policy that you will not publish this, you will not do this, you will not do that. But we are unaware that there are many other means to do that. If we give them good experience, they are the best advocates. And good experience, according to them, good experience. All right. So many young people leave the jobs not because there is a strong reason to leave. It's not that they are unhappy or there is something happening to them, but there is no compelling reason to stay. They are constantly in search of meaning. And that is something organizations need to really take care of. And good organizations are awakening to this fact that people are not inventory. Gone are the days when people are being called resources, people are being called warm bodies, people are being called as contractors, etc. They are not inventory, they are not product, they are processors, co-producing, creating business value with the client. And mainly people who are interacting with the clients, who are the front-ending people at any sector, are the people who are wealth creators. The middle management, I would call them, are the wealth enhancers, and the top management is the wealth decision makers. Where do we draw our wealth from? So these people cannot be underestimated, and therefore people are intelligent agents who seek to maximize the value for themselves and for the organization as well. What is a cool corporation for them? Doing financially well. This is a in thing in the corporate world, and it is here to stay. It's not surprising why people want to take up the work in startups, because they believe that they are in the cool place. That organization must do, any organization they want to go, it must do well, doing good to the planet. Also socially responsible CEOs on the rise, and we hear so many news items where the people boycott the organization because they are doing some malpractices in China or Bangladesh or India or those kinds of things. Giving experiences that are personalized yet socially more responsible. Since LinkedIn is our partner today, they are presenting this conference, I want to share one example. In one of my organizations where we had LinkedIn Learning, and we did the analytics, and we found that people are unusually, very high traffic is going to the video creation and those kinds of courses. And we said, why are people doing this? Because your guess is right, they want to be the social media influencers. How about organizations creating those opportunities for them rather than saying this is not related to your work? Because they want to be free agents and they want to do so many other things. Positive touch points are integral to everything. Gone are the days where workplaces are impersonal, nobody cares, or those kinds of things. The recent case where the mother has raised the concern about the daughter or the child who died at the workplace because of the stress. They claim it, which may be true, which may not be true. But organizations need to be mindful of that. We need to provide those positive touch points. Crowdsourcing, free agents are innovation partners. Because if I have one skill, I have another skill, I have third skill. I am also a photographer, I am also a dancer, I am also a coder, I am also a person who is an artist. How do I get all my skills to enable me to do work and also earn? So we will have to be mindful that these are the needs and create avenues for people and give them that. Because this is a generation, and the picture says it all, it says enough. And what does it mean, enough? Because I have Generation Z and Generation Y children, many of you would have, and I'm sure that you also hear this comment, oh my God, you are such a boomer, you don't get it, that kind of thing. Enough. I've heard these comments from my children and their friends that your generation, the previous generation, created such a mess in this world. Well, we are here to sort it. Emerging workplaces are going to be this: outsource their life. My life's care should be taken by the organization, create workplaces, free agents, crowdsourcing, combination of professions, work-life integration. At their will and wish, you need me, admit it gracefully, mean what you say. Finally, studying, working, solving, eating, breathing, sleeping, everything is with social media and also now with the integration of AI. Meaningful work aligned with my sense of purpose is my key driver, and my sense of purpose will change. It will change, maybe it will change every day. Finally, this is a me incorporation and I am the CEO. And you can see the language which is coming up. Because everything is in the reels, quick learning, that's on the trend. So do they admire the previous generations at all? Big way, huge, huge appeal for these kinds of people because they believe they have made this place, this world a better place. They have impacted the world as a better place, and they have a great admiration for people from all the generations, not just their own generation. We have to be also be little resourceful in finding out 30 under 30 in Forbes. What are they doing? And every business has a social angle. And my previous two speakers have talked about sustainability. Social sustainability, economic sustainability, climate sustainability is on the rise, and they are bringing that into the organizations. Therefore, they start their own organizations, giving a serious challenge to the well-placed big organizations. So that's all I have to say. If any questions, we can deal with later on. Thank you so much.
Be on the stage, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful insights on Gen Zs. And I would like to call upon stage Mr. Solomon Salvis, CEO at Simurize Learning Private Limited, to do the honors. Can we have a big round of applause?